Hello everybody and welcome to an opinion video. I unfortunately lost the audio to this entire video. It's just trashed, so I figured it would make sense if I talked over it and talked about Anfang itself and kind of the public opinion that is going around it and the disappointment that's coming from a lot of players, and just throw my 2 cents in there, throw my hat into the ring, and just give my opinion to you guys and how I feel about it. Now, keep in mind, I really haven't played it for that long. I don't really think anybody's had the opportunity to play it for a really long time. The actual game itself has not been out for very long at all at this point. So, I think for anybody to say, yes, I have an extremely well-educated opinion on the map is kind of ridiculous, you know. There are things that are going to pop up in, weeks of playtime that will not pop up in 2 days. So, with that being said, I enjoy the map. I enjoy the game mode. I believe that there's plenty of content, there's plenty of things to do, from getting your operators to leveling up your weapons, to trying out all of the different specialists, to making different builds with the covenants, and with different guns as well. I think there's just a lot to do in the map. I think there's a lot of content. With that being said, I understand that that's maybe not the most popular opinion amongst the zombies community right now. A lot of people are disappointed with the fact that we don't even have a full round-based, I suppose, map, in the classic style of other zombies experiences. And for me, that doesn't really bother me. I've been playing since World at War. And even as a traditional player, I guess you would call me, I still really enjoy this content. I think there's a lot of charm. I think there's a lot of love and effort put into it, but only as much as they could. We have to understand that they were on a very limited time frame from releasing The Forsaken, which maybe came out a month ago now, to getting this, to releasing Anfang. I think that some of the expectations that people have are just a little unrealistic for that time frame. People want a fully fleshed out round-based game mode, and I really wish, I think we all kind of wish, that the gaming cycle would just allow Treyarch to kind of square themselves away and just make something really good that we can all enjoy. But even if they did that, even if they took their time, a lot of people would be angry. So I guess it seems like Treyarch's kind of attempt to placate the audience and the masses and at least hold them over until the end of the season have failed. It seems like a case of no good deed goes unpunished. They didn't have to make Anfang. They really didn't have to. They didn't have to put out zombies content. They could have left a lot of people out there really disappointed with launch, even more so than they are now, and just have nothing to do. People who don't enjoy campaign or multiplayer and just enjoy zombies, because there are people out there like that who would have been extremely disappointed if they just got nothing. Frankly, I can find some enjoyment in multiplayer and campaign, but zombies is kind of my main sort of love, and I played a lot of Cold War zombies. I very much dropped off at the end there with the Forsaken and whatnot, but I did play a lot of it. That was that was pretty much the majority of my time on Cold War, for sure. In between that and Warzone, those have just been my main go-tos when it comes to Call of Duty. But people, aren't like that. Some people just enjoy zombies, and that's the only thing they can play. If there were no zombies experiences out, I could at least still play multiplayer. I like multiplayer a lot, but other people just aren't like that and just would have, passed a Call of Duty by. So they really could have left a lot of people even more disappointed than they are now. And I think people need to be just, I don't want to sound like I'm getting on a high horse or something like that, but I think people just need to be a little more appreciative of the stuff that they do have. I have a very vivid memory of D Machine and playing as Woods, this character who's been an established, person throughout the entire series of the games, from Black Ops 1 at least. And I walked up to the Juggernog machine and I marked it, and Woods actually had a specific line for Juggernog. And I was just so strangely satisfied and happy about that, because I'm sort of used to, especially from Black Ops 4, I guess, and just the general kind of attention that zombies usually gets as a secondary game mode. You know, it's not something that people go to play the games for, even though it very much is. It was just very satisfying and heartwarming to me to see that, hey, you know, somebody in the office actually took the time to record custom voice lines for all of the characters, interacting with everything, pretty much. I say pretty much because there are some exceptions, but mostly. And that just made me really happy. I was just really satisfied with that. And call me easy to please, but coming off of that and, you know, getting a map such as Duranfang, I can't be disappointed. You have all of these demons who have all of their own custom voice lines and charm and personality. You have all these operators who are very equal in that category of charm and personality, something that we've been asking for a really long time, since Cold War, and something that a lot of people were reticent about when they saw it in the Duranfang trailer, that you were just going to be playing as operators. But I think it's worked out perfectly. Yes, you know, it's never going to be the quality of what we had with the Ultimus crew and Tank and Nikolai, Takio, Richtofen. It's not going to be on that quality. However, it's still enjoyable. It's still entertaining. I like all of the voice acting just about. I don't think there's really any weak links. Syraxis is really funny to me. Invictor is also, you know, a good time. Just likes killing zombies and just likes war. And yeah, they're all stereotypes and they're all kind of very base sorts of characters. But hey, that's what it was back in the day, you know? That's what it was like. And we only got development with that in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, where our characters actually were people and had developed characters and personalities. So I'm not too disappointed by the characters just kind of being cliches or stereotypes. I think it's still really entertaining. At the end of the day, what Zombies needs to be is entertaining and fun to play, and that's just what it is, for me at least. I just think it's a good time. I think you can get in there, and it's very roguelike almost. You know, you have to build your very specific class, get different covenants to work with your weapons, work in conjunction with your playstyle. They have melee type covenants as well, so they cater to a lot of different playstyles, and I just enjoy that. I enjoy the kind of randomness and variety that your more base, say, Nocturne Totem-like map doesn't offer. You're always going to be opening that first door to get to the mystery box. You're always going to be hitting the mystery box or using the flamethrower or this and that, and it just becomes very routine. And I believe that Duranfang does a great job of making you mix it up. You get to choose which area of the map of Stalingrad that you can go into. You get to choose what gun you come into the game with, which completely changes, you know, how you're going to be able to play the game, what you're going to be able to do. You get to choose your covenants as well. There's the choice of what am I going to spend my points on? Is it going to be pack? Is it going to be upgrading my perks with the 4 different perk tiers? You can just completely choose not to upgrade your perks too, or not even grab a perk. Always grab the first tier, of course, because it's completely free, but you can put all of your money into Pack-a-Punch and just get a really strong weapon for the game, or you can instead try to rely on critical damage to sort of carry you through instead. I think there's just a lot of gameplay variety to it, especially with the mystery box and the complete exclusion of wall buys. I think, personally, I wasn't that upset when I heard that the wall buys were going away, because I think it just contributes to the whole, oh, I'm going to jump in and then buy this gun specifically and then use it for the rest of the game. Now, instead, yes, you can still do that with the weapon you carry, but if the mystery box gives you something really cool that you haven't tried before, you might pick it up and end up using that and creating a build around it with the covenants. So it gives you a lot of opportunities to switch things up. And there's so much in terms of voice acting. especially with the demons. I'm still hearing new demon voice lines, even though I've been playing the game for quite a bit now, and pretty much sticking to one demon. So I still have 2 more demons to go through. The voice acting for the operators is really kind of fleshed out as well. You do have repeat lines. That just happens. That happens in every zombies game. But I'm still hearing new interactions and new observations that they'll make about their teammates or just the situation generally going on. And I haven't even tried solo yet, so I don't even know what that is like. So personally, at the end of the day, for me, I just think that Fong is a really nice kind of espresso shot for the wait that we have until we get, a round-based map. It's not like we're not going to be getting a round-based map. It is coming. And I think those are the times that we need to really develop our opinions. Right now, this is just a patch, essentially. This is just a stopover to say, hey, we can't get exactly what we want to right now, but we still want to give you something, and we hope you enjoy it. And that kind of good deed of, like, hey, we don't need to give you anything, but we're going to, seems to not be really well reciprocated in the community. A lot of people are disappointed with it. And to me, that just comes from zombies privilege, honestly. I think these are people who played Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 and had, a bunch of maps at launch. What was it, 3 for each of them, or 4 even? And aren't appreciating what we have. Then again, these are probably the same people who didn't like Cold War as well, when there was a ton of content there and a ton to do, especially in Intel. There's so much Intel. It got crazy, for sure. But I think people aren't looking for something to really enjoy. People aren't looking for something to really appreciate. People are looking for, I think, something to be disappointed in, something to complain about. They're not appreciating what they have. They're not appreciating the content that was made for them because they keep remembering back to, previous years or whatever it might be. Personally, I just enjoy Fong. I think it's a good time. And I think if their first round-based map is actually really bad, then, hey, I'll always have Fong to go back to. But that's really the time where I think we need to start making strong opinions about zombies. This is not indicative of exactly what they want to put out. This is just them saying, we don't have much time. We're going to give you something just to enjoy while we fully get out what we really want to get out. So, with that in mind, I just can't find it in me to be disappointed or to hate it or anything like that. I just really enjoy it a lot, and I'm going to continue enjoying it. But hey, that's just my really rambly opinion. Kind of got all over the place for sure, but I hope you enjoyed. This is my first kind of video like this, and like I said, I'm sorry that the audio didn't work for this video. It was actually a good one too, I think. But hey, what are you going to do? We make do with what we have, and I'm trying to get these videos out to you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this anyway. And write down what you want me to know in the comments. If you have a dissenting opinion, if you have a different opinion than me, feel free to write down below. I want to have a conversation with people. I want to further understand their differing opinions. And I hope to allow you to further understand my opinion as well, if I didn't really clear it up in this mess. Because that's just what a conversation's about. Trading knowledge, trading information. We might not change each other's opinions. We probably most likely will not change each other's opinions. However, I think it's just cool to say, hey, this is how I feel. And it's cool for the other person to say, hey, I didn't think of that. That's interesting. I'm taking that into consideration, but I still hold my beliefs and my own personal opinions. So yeah, like I said, feel free to leave something in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you. And I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you keep enjoying Vanguard if you're enjoying it at all. I certainly am. So, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.